I had to like make holes in my ears to put my earrings in. I honestly didn't use Instagram a whole lot in 2023. Around March, I think, February or March of last year, I decided to take a break from Instagram. I made a video about it because I was full on addicted to Instagram. Instagram was the first thing I did in the morning. It was the last thing I did at night. I was just constantly scrolling, and I would wake up feeling like this sense of dread from comparing myself so much to not even other creators or influencers, but also to people that I knew. I felt so inadequate comparing myself all the time. I was able to stay off of Instagram up until the end of the summer when I went away. I went out of the country, and so I took a bunch of film pictures and had stuff that I wanted to share. And so I did start posting again, but I stopped scrolling. So I was spending probably about 5 minutes a week on Instagram just posting, sometimes watching stories, but not doing the scrolling thing. And then towards the end of the year, I left the country again, posted, but every time I would post, I would lose like 3 followers or something like that. And I feel like that's a very common Instagram experience. Like, haven't posted for a really long time, and then you post again and you remind your followers of your existence, and then they're like, oh yeah, I literally don't want to follow you anymore. My cat is like at my feet. So I was constantly losing followers, and I was like, what's the point of this? I was posting for about 900 followers and getting like 50 likes. Not that it's all about likes, but it's just, if no one's seeing your posts, then what's the point of posting? You know what I mean? So earlier this month, I said, fuck it, and just deactivated my account. Usually when I take my Instagram breaks, I just delete the app and leave my account up. This time, fully deactivated her. Instagram wasn't serving me, it wasn't serving my photography, and it wasn't even serving me socially. It actually was doing more harm, I would say, than good socially. So it made more sense to deactivate it than to stay on, even just occasionally. Just didn't make any sense. And honestly, I really want to focus on my YouTube this year, and Instagram just felt like a distraction from where I wanted to put my energy towards anyways. And like I said, I was only spending like 5 minutes a week on Instagram, but just having it in the back of my head, knowing that like I have an account and that it was like I could post, but I didn't really want to post. It just felt like dead weight. It felt like dead weight that I was carrying that I just didn't need to. Loose ends, you know what I mean? And I felt that I could be putting that energy in so many other places in my life that would serve me way more. So if you're someone who has been considering deleting Instagram or any other social medias, you can take this as your sign to just do it. delete the app for a day, delete the app for a week, delete the app for a month, and eventually you're gonna find that you don't even want to be on it anymore. It's gonna feel so much better to not be on it than it is to be on it, that it's just gonna feel really natural to just spend less time on it. And we don't realize how much of our attention goes towards these apps. The more attention that we give to them, the more money they make. And it's a very unhealthy relationship. It's a never-ending cycle. And you don't realize how much of your attention that they have until you get rid of the apps and you realize this is all time that I would have spent. You just spend so much time scrolling. Spending time off of social media has to be a conscious choice. Like, your subconscious is never going to choose to leave social media because it's just so much easier to scroll than it is to do any other thing that we do. It's easier than reading, it's easier than writing, it's easier than, honestly, for me, easier than watching Netflix or like a show or a movie. So breaking that attachment, breaking the cycle of constantly like cycling through the apps, it has to be a conscious choice. And I would love to step away from TikTok too. When I first deleted Instagram back in March, I didn't have TikTok. When I was off Instagram, I was truly like off of social media. I already like wasn't on Snapchat. So I spent a good amount of time just like not really scrolling. But now I have TikTok. So now TikTok also competes for my attention and gets a lot of my attention. But it's just such a powerful tool for growth that it's hard to not use it when the potential is honestly crazy. But it's a matter of figuring out if the pros of keeping TikTok outweigh the cons. Right now, I kind of feel like the pros do outweigh the cons, but that's always changing. That's always changing. But the biggest con is always my attention being stolen from the things that are going to push me to where I want to be or where I ultimately want to end up. And it's just so easy to get sidetracked from your goals. It's so easy to change your goals, like seeing other people doing things and being like, well, maybe I should be doing that. And I have a problem with like switching my path. I will be dead set on doing like XYZ. And then I see someone online doing something else and I'm like, wait, but I could do that instead. Why am I doing this when I can do that? And then I'm back at zero, just constantly cycling. It's just, it's bad. So I'm really trying to figure out what the balance is, like what the right balance of creating, consuming, but also living and just having an area of my life that has nothing to do with social media, nothing to do with even creating or art. There's so many layers to life, and for the longest of time, I think I focused too much on the consuming part and not enough time on the creating part and not enough time on the actual living part, definitely. So Instagram went bye-bye and we're gonna see. We're gonna see where that takes us. But yeah, it's so nice to build a world outside of the apps. When I say that I've been spending a lot of time on social media, it might sound like I'm being dramatic when I say like build a world outside the apps. My screen time is like, I don't even know, 8-9 hours a day, maybe. Crazy screen time. So when I say that I want to actively pursue a life outside of my phone, actively pursue hobbies outside of social media, it's because I spend 8 hours a day on my phone. doing nothing. I'm definitely not spending 8 hours creating content. So I see so much in store for me this year. And I think all of it is behind the wall of social media and getting over that, like, I don't want to say addiction, but getting over the habit of constantly, oh, I'm bored, get on my phone. Oh, I have nothing to do, get on my phone. Oh, I stopped watching my show, now I'm going to do something else. But in between that, I'm going to spend 25 minutes on TikTok. I have to stop that. So if you have similar goals, then we can do it together, because I'm noticing that a lot of people have been talking about that. Honestly, I don't have anything else to say. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you would like, but I will see you in the next little update video vlog. Who knows what it'll be, but goodbye.